Imagine that your entire love life is not random, but the reflection of a deep psychological force guiding your desires, obsessions, and most intimate choices. Today, you are going to discover the lover archetype, according to Carl Jung, a power so intense that it can transform love into inspiration or into an emotional addiction that controls your destiny. From the very first moment you feel attraction, something deeper than chemistry is at work. Jung believed that universal patterns, called archetypes, live in our unconscious, shaping how we love, how we suffer, and how we seek connection. The lover is one of the most intense, sensual, and dangerous archetypes of all. The lover refuses to live on the surface. This personality craves full emotional and sensory experience. It seeks pleasure, beauty, passion, romance, art, deep connection, and moments that awaken every sense. For this archetype, a life without emotion feels empty, almost meaningless. Every romantic encounter becomes a chance to feel something extraordinary. Think of the person who falls in love quickly, idealizes their partner, sends emotionally charged messages, and experiences every relationship as if it were unique and irreplaceable. That person does not just love, they live love as something sacred. For them, love is proof of being alive. In its healthy form, the lover archetype brings empathy, creativity, emotional depth, and sensitivity. These people appreciate music, poetry, romantic films, meaningful gestures, and small emotional details. They can build intense, memorable, and magical relationships. Thanks to this energy, the world has passionate lovers, artists, poets, and dreamers. But here comes the controversial part. The same archetype that creates beautiful love stories can also lead to emotional dependency, obsession, and self-destruction. Jung warned that when an archetype takes control of the personality, a person stops choosing freely and begins acting under unconscious impulses. In its shadow, the lover can become trapped in the constant need for romantic validation. It can confuse love with need, passion with attachment, and connection with possession. Instead of loving, it becomes dependent. Instead of enjoying, it suffers. A common everyday example is someone who cannot tolerate being alone and jumps from one relationship to another. Every breakup feels catastrophic, as if life loses its color. This person does not just miss their partner, they miss feeling desired, admired, and emotionally fulfilled. Their identity becomes tied to someone else's attention. Another example is someone who idealizes love so much that they fall in love with fantasies rather than real people. They project unrealistic expectations, demand perfection, and feel constantly disappointed when reality does not match their romantic dream. Here is an uncomfortable question. Our culture glorifies intense love, passionate relationships, and dramatic romances. Movies, music, and social media reinforce the idea that extreme love is admirable. But Jung would challenge this belief. When the lover dominates without balance, a person loses emotional stability, independence, and clarity. Is intense love a sign of emotional depth, or a disguised form of psychological dependency? This debate matters because many people romanticize suffering instead of questioning their emotional patterns. The lover archetype also influences our relationship with pleasure beyond romance. These individuals enjoy aesthetics, food, art, fashion, music, and sensory experiences. They can become hedonistic, seeking pleasure as an escape from inner emptiness. When this impulse is not integrated consciously, it can lead to addictive behavior, impulsive decisions, and a constant craving for stimulation. The wounded lover cannot tolerate routine, boredom, or emotional calm. It seeks drama, intensity, and novelty to feel alive. However, Jung did not see archetypes as enemies. The goal is not to suppress the lover, but to integrate it. Recognizing its energy and channeling it wisely allows a person to transform obsession into genuine love, dependency into authentic connection, and fantasy into real intimacy. Integrating the lover means learning to love without losing yourself. It means embracing passion without sacrificing dignity, enjoying connection without abandoning independence, and feeling deeply without falling into emotional self-destruction. A balanced lover can give love freely while remaining emotionally complete. They can appreciate the beauty of the moment without demanding it last forever. They can love deeply while knowing when to let go. At its core, Jung believed every romantic relationship is a mirror. What you attract, idealize, and fear in love reveals hidden aspects of your unconscious. The lover archetype shows how much you value connection, how much you fear loneliness, and how strongly you depend on external validation. Perhaps the most powerful realization is this: often, we do not love the person. We love the emotion they create in us. We fall in love with how they make us feel, not with who they truly are. This insight can feel uncomfortable, but it can also be freeing. If you have ever felt that love controls your decisions, that you idealize too much, fear being alone, or crave emotional intensity to feel alive, the lover archetype may be shaping your personality more than you think. But this is not a curse. It is an opportunity. Understanding this archetype allows you to take control of your emotional life, love more consciously, and transform drama into meaningful depth. Today you discovered that the lover is not just a way of loving, but a powerful psychological force described by Carl Jung, capable of lifting you or pulling you down depending on how you integrate it. Now I want to hear your opinion. Do you believe intense love is a virtue or an emotional trap? Leave your thoughts in the comments, like this video if it made you reflect, and subscribe for more content on psychology, archetypes, and the hidden forces of the human mind.